Welcome to Odd Musings with, what's his name?
Scott and Brent.
You heard him.
All right.
I'm
Thanks,
D.
Steve.
Snyder.
Welcome to Odd Musings, episode 151, joined by Jill Webler. Hey, Jill. Hey, Scott. It's me, Brent.
Hey,
Hi, guys.
That is our new,
We got a party going on.
yeah, did you guys like the new opening?
I did.
Yeah,
That was cool.
I was playing around with that last night. I wanted something different than just our logo popping up. And of course, we got to get our buddy Odd, who's up in the corner hanging out with us as always.
That's right.
Check out Odd from our Odd Lands books coming soon.
Yeah.
So we're going to have a fun show. Before we get too much into it, let's get ready to some ad reads here. So, Scott, if you want to start us off with some Stoney Creek hemp. I got us the logo here. There, that's Lorangers. We're Stoney Creek.
Oh,
there
perfect.
they are.
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
So, Stoney Creek hemp. Well, we sing their praises every week, and you know we can't say enough about it. We got the CBD products that they put out. They are let me get over there. They grow industrial hemp. And hemp can be grown as a renewable resource for raw materials that can be incorporated into thousands of products. Its seeds and flowers are used in health food, organic body care, and other nutraceuticals. The fibers, and it goes on their website talking all about that. But the key is you can buy the products right online. Brett and I talk about it all the time. The topical cream, actually, Jill just used it the other day. You told me you were having from our runs, you were having stiff shoulders and neck, correct?
I was, yeah. I have used this ointment a number of times. It has worked 100% of the time for me. But yeah, I had the soreness, the stiffness of my neck, my shoulders. I put the ointment on. I'm telling you, within 5 minutes, I had zero pain. Like, this stuff is like miracle salve.
Yeah, definitely is. So, you know, we say it every week. Give it a try. Even if it's not your thing, it wasn't my thing. And Connie, the Comic-Con mom, convinced me to try it out. I was having foot issues, and it really did work. We had Kevin Meinert on the other, was that last week already?
Yeah, last week.
Yeah, we had Kevin Meinert on. He shared his story of how he practically broke his foot and how we went to San Diego Comic-Con, and he used this for the week, and all week long we were doing like 6 miles a day of walking, and it got him through it without issues. So check them out. They got the topical cream is what we've been using for our aches and pains. They also have the hemp oil, which you can put under your tongue, and it can help. It can even help with depression. It can help with anxiety. There's a number of issues it helps with. They also have the lip balm. They've got even beard oil if you want your beard to, especially now in quarantine.
Yeah.
But,
Well, I will say the lip balm stuff is really good. I use that quite a bit.
One.
Yeah, I like it better than any of the chapsticks or anything out there. I use it through the winter quite a bit, and my lips didn't like crack from the cold and everything else being outside a lot. So that's definitely a great little product to get. It's not bad, $3.99. It lasts quite a bit. I'm still on the same one I've had for months. So
now with the lip balm, just out of curiosity, now like with the topical cream and stuff, it helps like reduce pain. Do you feel anything when you put it on your lips?
not a whole lot. I mean, I sometimes feel a little bit if my lips have been like chapped and I put it on, you can feel like it working. But it's only 20 milligrams, so it's not a very heavy dose of the CBD.
So your lips aren't going numb and you're not drooling on yourself.
Correct. At least not from this.
Yeah. So give them check them out. They are at StoneyCreekHemp.com. You can order right through their website right here, or follow them on Facebook or Instagram at Stoney Creek Hemp, or you can also find their products at our other sponsor, Loringer Family Chiropractic.
Yes, and at Loringer Family Chiropractic, your journey to wellness begins here. You can build a healthy lifestyle with chiropractic care. And this is their website here for you guys to take a look at that are watching us on the video. They offer on-site digital x-rays, massage therapy, orthotics by foot levelers, young living essential oils, aromatherapy, full line of vitamins, all in a family-oriented environment. They do offer the Stoney Creek hemp products. They do have other hemp products, but we only promote the Stoney Creek hemp because that's the best. And you can give them a call at their Belleville location, 734-697-4244. You can visit them online at LoringerFamilyChiropractic.com. We do have links for all our sponsors at oddmusings.com, as well as scrolling on the bottom of our video page here. So definitely check them out. So, and I was there yesterday. Scott and I were talking before the show, and we're talking about the work I'm doing at Shipped, and I'm doing a lot of bigger orders. A lot of times I have 2 carts, and I'm pulling 2 carts, and he's talking about the wear and tear on the body. I definitely have that. A couple things that help me out a lot is using the Stoney Creek hemp daily. I put it on my feet. In fact, I did it a little while ago, put it on my feet before I put my socks on, because it just helps throughout the day to stay in minimal pain. And I put it on at night, and then as well as getting adjusted at Loringer Family Chiropractic. So all that stuff is just all about being healthy and keep myself well and not falling apart. So, but definitely check out Loringer Family Chiropractic Center.
All right. And the last but not least is Team Titans of Real Estate. Why? Because you matter. At Team Titans of Real Estate, we understand that real estate is still a people business. While we utilize the latest in technology and products to maximize your service, we never forget you are our number 1 priority. And we're joined here down below there. Where is she? There she is, right there. That's my other half for the Team Titans team. And yeah, we've been having a busy week already. This past week has been crazy for Jill and I. So even though there is, we got the shelter in place, people are still moving, right, Jill?
Absolutely. We've talked about this before. There are people, like I have customers that are getting married. They need somewhere to live. They don't want to live with their parents. So, I'm trying to find them something. I know you've had a couple customers that you were able to find something this week. So yeah, we are definitely finding homes still for customers. I'm hoping
we
in the coming
have 2
weeks.
inspections today.
Yes.
One's going on right now for one of the clients, and another one later on this afternoon.
Yeah, and we of course are taking all the precautions that are necessary to keep both our buyers and sellers safe. Our inspectors have their protocol that they follow, so that there's no risk to the buyer or seller. So everyone's trying to do their part, to keep everyone healthy, but still get the job done. So.
That's right. So give us a call. My number, 586-549-6096. And Jill?
My number is 586-277-2145.
So give us a call for all your real estate needs, and we'll gladly help you through it. There you have it.
Awesome. And always thanks to our sponsors. We do appreciate you. So if you get a chance, check them out. Once we're no longer, as someone put it, when we're no longer in timeout here in Michigan, I know at Loringers, they'll be starting back up with massages again and things they can't do right now because of the executive orders. But you can still get adjusted. You can still get treated. You can still buy homes through Team Titans. You can still buy the time, and the CBD is shippable anywhere in the country. So if you live anywhere in the United States, they can send it to you. So definitely check all our sponsors out on that. And of course, we got people checking in with us today. We got Kevin Miner popping in. Howdy, everyone, he says.
Kevin.
Hi, Kevin.
Hey, Kevin. Brett and I both finised Evil, so we are going to be talking a little bit Evil.
Yeah, we talked a little bit of that last week with him, so you can always check out that episode too. And in fact, Kevin and I chatted a little bit last night, texted back and forth because I got some things taken care of for our canceled San Diego trip, unfortunately. And we're talking about Vegas a little bit. Still looking forward to Vegas. And I told Mom, I said, we're still going to Vegas, comic book convention or not. We're going. I think it's gonna be a break that we need. So yeah, yep. Kevin said he loved the ending. I love the ending too for Evil. We'll get into that, but it's different. I was out on a Monday and had a last shop at Target, and 2 things happened. One, my car died, so I'll be buying a new car this week, guys. So anybody that would like to send me money, I'm happily will take it. So
donations to the Brett Needs a Car Fund.
Yeah, you can send it to me here. I'll put up a link up real quick. I'm kidding. Don't send me money unless you really wanted to, but
don't send money. Well, please do.
Yeah. But if you do, send it to Venmo at Brett R. Pinson.
That's right.
I had a nice easy shop for a semi-regular customer of mine, or a member of the Shipped family, and so I was shopping for her because Mom came and brought me her car real quick while we figured out what was going on in mine, and I shopped it, delivered it because it was nice thing. She lived right behind the store, so she's like 2 blocks behind the Target. But while I was walking around getting stuff for her, I found this. You see the glare. It's the Imperial Pro Droid, the 40th. It's the 40th anniversary for the Empire Strikes Back version.
Yeah, I've seen that. That looked nice.
So I picked that up. I was like, I gotta have that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I saw they were having at Meijer a 25% off sale on their Transformers. And I've had my eye on their giant Jetfire that they've had. It looks amazing, and it's like $80. So I'm like, ooh, it's on sale. So I went, but they were all gone.
Okay. Well, that's the hard part with I've noticed with Meijer. Shopping at Meijer, the toys are not being restocked very much.
No.
Now they are restocking puzzles. That's because those are selling fast. But because I keep looking
a lot of puzzles in this house.
Yeah, I've been looking for more of the Mandalorian.
Like a puzzle a week. So yeah, this is a good time to have some stock in puzzles.
Yeah. Speaking of which, if you need any awesome Star Wars puzzles, you can order some from me. I got some in stock here. So if you want Luke Skywalker in the trench run with my artwork, let me know.
It's a cool puzzle too. In fact, I keep telling people they need to put it together and then take the corner section and mail it to you so you can sign it. So then whenever we put the puzzle together, they have a signed puzzle, not just a signed box.
That's right. And I'll send it back to you without COVID-19 on it.
There you go. Yeah, someone the other day was like, I don't want to get your COVID-19. I was like, I don't have COVID-19. I have COVID-27. It's much better.
We're from the future.
It's a higher quality COVID.
A designer COVID.
Yeah. Go ahead, Scott.
Go ahead. Oh, I was just going to say, have you noticed, like, okay, we got this year, 2020 has been just insane. All of Australia burned down practically. We've got all this crazy stuff with COVID-19. And I swear, every other day, there's a new asteroid about to hit us that just barely missed. Like every day, they're reporting a new one that's coming. Now there's this mile-long one that's supposed to come near the Earth. It's like, what's going on? We got locusts in Africa. It's crazy.
Think about this though. In the last 50 years, with the as much technology we have, especially like satellites and everything else, now we're seeing all this stuff's been going on forever that we didn't care about. So it is absolute proof that ignorance is bliss. Ignorance
is bliss. That's right.
Well, hey, did you guys see the story about the UFOs that have been? They released that they had. I guess some pilots saw some UFOs. So hey, I think it's real.
Yeah, they released some videos and they admitted that this is authentic footage. What's interesting about it is somebody made a meme of this, but I think it's so fitting. They're like, 2020 is such a crazy year that the government has now officially verified UFOs, and it's not even a story. Yeah. Nobody knows. Nobody cares.
See, this is all part of the conspiracy. All this is going on so they can do all this stuff. It's like, okay, yes, we can. Hey, aliens are real. Nobody cares. Yeah. Epstein didn't kill himself. Nobody cares.
Just for a point of clarification, when the government admits to UFOs, they are not saying that it's alien spacecraft. They're just saying it's an unidentified flying object. They don't know what it is. Now, since they don't know, though, we can infer if we want that it's aliens or time travelers or who knows who.
Yeah. Well, it showed a picture of what they saw, and it looked like what you would picture a UFO looking like.
Yeah.
So, I don't
know. So we will see.
That's
maybe
hilarious.
The aliens are maybe the UFOs were leaving because the COVID-19 was going to get them.
They came down here. They're like,
we're living in a time now where nothing is shocking anymore. I think after the last month of all that we have been through, nothing is shocking.
I am continuously shocked by the stupidity of people. I shouldn't be, but just when I thought they reached their lowest point, it finds a new way. You even have like YouTube right now. You got people releasing actual studies who are actual doctors releasing numbers, and YouTube and Facebook are pulling their videos down as misinformation when these are actual studies being reported. These are not made up. Right now they're trying to say it's all Russian bots are convincing everybody. So I don't know. It's crazy.
But you
It's a
bring up an
crazy time.
interesting point. You know, what line does Facebook have in censoring everything? I had a friend who posted yesterday. She posted a prayer over her family and her home against the COVID virus. And it was just a nice little prayer. Well, later on, she posted that Facebook removed it because, you know, it's not deemed factual, whatever. And she's like, since when is praying now under censorship of Facebook?
Yeah.
So I think we're seeing a lot happening.
The one thing with Facebook, though, is it is a controlled company, and it is their thing, and they can choose what they want to do on that, which sucks. Right. So if you want to do something else, set your own website up that you control, and you can post whatever you want.
Right. Facebook is it's a public company now, so it's not private.
It is, yeah.
But the problem with Facebook is this: they are accusing everything of everything Facebook doesn't like. They are accusing of foreign influence from Russians. However, Facebook themselves is accepting millions of dollars from China and suddenly has policies that matches what China likes. Who has the foreign influence?
I don't know. Personally, I think it's the Empire, and I have proof it's the Empire because the UFO is actually a TIE fighter.
That's right.
There it is.
Let's see. Did it pop up? There it is.
Yep.
It is a TIE fighter. You are correct, sir.
Yep.
I like it.
That's no moon. It's a spaceship.
That's like the meme that said the Empire announced that they cured COVID-19 on Alderaan.
Yeah, it was 1 billion degrees. And it burned it right out.
1 billion degrees will get rid of COVID-19. But
yeah. Well, I got another thing this week. I don't know if Scott, do you remember the movie Rad from the 80s?
Oh God, vaguely. Was that a BMX movie?
Yeah, with Hell Track. Well, I bought the book called My Rad Career, written by Bill Allen, who starred as Crew Jones in Rad. It's actually, I'm halfway through it right now. It's an interesting read because, he had and start off as acting, and Rad was supposed to be his big launching platform and ended up not doing well. But it's one of those movies that when I was in high school, I remember seeing it like around I was like 14, I think. And I love the movie. And in fact, it's getting a 4K Blu-ray release next month through a company. They're doing a limited run of them, but it's an official release. It's the first one ever. Hasn't been out since officially since the VHS days.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, very cool. What was the other one? Wasn't there? There was a crazy one there. What was it?
Well, there's a few of them. There was BMX Bandits, which is Australian, and had
that's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah, it had what's her name? Former Mrs. Tom Cruise, Nicole Kidman. And then you had the kid from A Christmas Story was in another BMX one where like it flew or something like that. It was kind of a crazy one came around there. Because the BMX was taken off at that point in the 80s with the all the stunts and tricks out in California and things like that, and then became all the races and it was a big deal. Of course, Rad started Bart Connors from the gymnastics. It's funny because he does Rad. It fails. One of his teammates, I forget the guy's name, did a bunch of action movies and stuff like that as a martial artist.
Yeah. But here's the thing with BMX. What I don't understand. So they made BMX bikes, and we were young when we rode them. But I still see adults riding them. Why don't they make bigger BMX bikes? Like at the park. A park, an adult went by riding a BMX bike. It looked ridiculous. It was so tiny compared to the adult. I don't understand why they don't make bigger BMX bikes for bigger adults.
I don't know. I think I've been following stuff lately online because of with Rad. I found a couple pages on Facebook, and the adults are like, I still love the bike, even though they're bigger than what it was, and it's something just about the nostalgia feel with it.
Yeah, I know, but they got their seat on this pole that's like 3 feet in the air because they're so tall on it, and their knees are like hitting the handlebars. It just looks. How do you ride that properly? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah, neat bit of trivia about Rad is our friend, the late great Tommy Castillo, was actually in Rad as a stunt bike rider because he did BMX when he was 13, 14, 15 till he got injured, and his story was always he didn't draw or paint before that.
Right,
and he just sat
back in there.
Yeah, he sat in school, sat in a art class, and finally he started drawing, and that's when he got his love of drawing and started learning about all that, and became the Tommy Castillo that we knew.
Right, that's true, very true. So, The other day I was actually, I'll share this screen here. Give a little shout out to Bardstone here. Let's see, share screen. I'll go to this. Okay, I'm sharing the Bardstone screen here. Since we got Kevin Meinert on the page here. We got Bardstone Publishing here. It's at Bardstone Publishing on Facebook. And we got some product we're going to be coming out with here, which is pretty exciting. But I want to talk about Kevin's upcoming book, Poe, the Macabre. How do you pronounce that? Macabre?
Macabre.
Macabre. The R-E is silent. The Macabre Master. So Kevin, he's actually finished issue 1. He's about halfway through issue 2. There's some artwork from that. He also released page 1 from the short story, The Lake, that's inside of it. All of these are based upon Poe's works here. And we're going to be launching the Kickstarter soon. And Kevin and I actually spoke last night. So we're hoping to launch this very soon here for our first Bardstone Kickstarter. So we're excited about that. And then about 2 months after that, we'll launch the Kickstarter for Crimson Shadows. And then by then, he should be done with issue 2 of Poe, or close to it, and we might be able to launch that. So our goal is to try to have a Kickstarter every couple months through Bardstone and keep getting new product out there. I know Brett's also got his Boomtown series. You've got your issue you're working on, right?
Yeah, working on issue 5 right now, and going to try to get that done as soon as possible. I want to get that kind of wraps up the first kind of, not really a full story arc, but just the first little grouping, and then I'll be changing directions from there if I decide to continue on with Boomtown. Correct.
Now, are you doing a Kickstarter for the whole set or anything like that? Do you plan on doing a Kickstarter?
I hadn't decided yet on that, so I might do that just as like a pre-order, since originally I was going to try to have it done for this next month here for Motor City, but since all that's been changed, I scaled back and stopped working on it a little bit, but I need to finish it up and launch it as a Kickstarter for issue 5, make available all the issues, because issue 1 is a true first edition, and it might be the last time I make it available at a decent price, and then because I eventually don't want to have to carry individual issues with me for that. I just want to carry the trades.
Yeah, it might be nice to do that. Yeah, doing the trades is nice.
Yeah.
Also, I want to say I'm really excited with Crimson Shadows here. We're moving along. We're just about at the halfway point of all 12 pages being done. One more page. We have 11 pages penciled. The 12th page is in progress. 10 of the first 12 pages are inked. 9 of the pages are colored. Brett has started working on the lettering, and I want to give a shout out to Brett. I can't wait to share this first batch of inked or lettered pages. Brett really hit a home run on these, and I can't wait to reveal those as well. So thank you, Brett.
Oh, you're welcome. Glad you like
I sent Jill a picture of one of them.
Pete, Brett, and I got to tell you, it looked phenomenal. You did a great job.
Thank you. Well, I found a really good font to use, which I shared on our group Dropbox, so it's in there now for you, Scott.
Thank
you. Can have that. And then, I was more of just trying something a little different. That's not the normal lettering in terms of dialogue boxes versus actual dialogue.
Right. Well, what I like about what you did is you stylized it and you gave it its own feel. It doesn't feel like a generic comic book. So I feel like your contribution really took it to the next level. As everybody, J. Travis Smith, I think, is hitting home runs after home runs with his pencils. Kevin Miner's doing phenomenal with the inks. I am doing my best not to screw it up when I touch it. And then I send it over to Brett, and he made it look better too. So I'm like so grateful and blessed for every single person who's been part of this so far.
Well, the only thing I did was format it and drop the letters in. So.
Well, yeah, but like I said, if I had done that, it would have been much more generic looking. You gave it personality and character, and that's great.
Thank you.
Yeah. So thank you. So I just want to give a shout out to the man over there, right there. Virtual fist bump.
Oh. Mine's bigger. Genetics. So,
Yeah.
Jill, what have you got going on? You know, you've got the kids are home and driving you nuts. So, what's going on with you?
Actually, yeah, the kids are home. They've been busy with schooling. So my kids have been great through all this. You know, one of the things I told Scott is I have forgotten how funny my kids are. Like every day they're just silliness that comes from them, little comments or observations. So I've been really enjoying them. But I've also been drawing quite a bit.
That's right.
I loved drawing. You know, I just gave it a shot, you know, 8-9 weeks ago, and now I'm drawing just about every day. Like,
Oh, cool.
I love it. So I see why you guys love it now.
So, we're going to need Jill to do some alternate covers for us now.
No kidding. She showed me. She sent me a picture of what she's working on. Can you hold that up as a sneak peek?
Yeah. I don't know if it'll show up or not. Let me see.
Hold on a minute. Here,
I think it's too light. Is it too light? Let's see. There we go. Can you see it?
That's Kid Rock that she's drawing there.
I don't know. Could you guys went out for a second. Were you able to see it?
Yes.
There we go.
Yep,
Okay.
I saw it. Yep,
Okay.
It was Kid Rock.
Yes. So it's just the faint lines right now. I have to go back and make them darker and add shadow and whatnot, but like I'm loving it.
Very cool. Kevin was saying he popped up here. Looking forward to the launch of the Kickstarter. So,
Yes, me too. Yeah,
that's what we'll do. We'll get Jill to do
trying to
some
harness our
alternate
unique-
covers.
Yep, and we're trying to harness our powers together for upcoming future Comic-Cons. Pool our resources together for these Kickstarters so we can, you know, the connections each of us have, we can bring those fan bases together for each of our projects to help make all of our projects do better. And and hopefully we're going to be able to order in better quantity so we get better pricing, which we can then do better pricing for you guys.
Yep.
So we're really excited about the future of what could be after all this.
I think it's we've talked a little bit more. We're gonna have to do we'll do a full launch. Maybe we'll see about getting the penciler on, and we'll do with Kevin. All of us do an evening thing and talk about the launch of the book Crimson Shadows, as well as the launching of the Bardstone.
That'd be great.
Yep.
Yeah,
I think it'd be fun.
So
we
Jill,
mentioned.
I was going to say with Jill, you also mentioned to me you were having some issues sleeping recently.
Yeah, you know, I don't know if it's just the stress of all that's going on, the change in, you know, my daily habits. Also, I'm staying up later, you know, whether it's watching TV or drawing, but yeah, my sleep somehow got off. I'm not going to bed till like midnight or 1 o'clock and then waking up a couple hours later, falling asleep a couple hours, you know. So for the last couple nights or a few nights ago, I was just having a rough time of it. So I started taking melatonin. I actually brought it. I could show you guys. But these are like chewables, and they're 2.5 milligrams. I gotta tell you, it has made all the difference. I am sleeping through the night and like waking up very refreshed. So I'm a huge fan of melatonin right now.
Have you ever done melatonin, Brett?
No, but I actually shopped that quite a bit for people, especially for kids. It seems a lot of parents get the gummies and that for the kids, helps them sleep, and I know a lot of adults get it. I've actually thought about it. I may have to try that sometime because it's one of the things where my sleep, I'm still on a similar schedule I've always had, but some nights are better than other nights, but it might be something where trying that out and see how well it works for me. Cause I don't want to take any of the drugs or anything like that, even though over the counter sleeping drugs,
Right.
just cause they mess with my head anyway. So I
melatonin is a natural product of your body anyways. So it doesn't look like it's addictive or anything. I think you do have, from what I've read on it, it sounds like you want to, if you're going to use it regularly, you want to do a cycle of like so many days on, so many days off, just so your body doesn't stop producing melatonin on its own, is my understanding.
Right. Yeah.
But I'm no expert on it.
But I feel like it's safe. You know, the way I found out about melatonin was when I had taken my kids for their well child visit last year. A couple of them were complaining they were having a hard time sleeping. And so that was what my doctor recommended. And she said it was safe and told us, you know, what dose to give them. And it helped my kids sleep better too. But yeah, with anything, you don't want to overdo it and take too much and be on it for too long. But
No.
I just saw Connie's
Connie,
comment up there on the screen that
yeah,
she has crazy dreams with that. I have heard where people have that. I think if you
yeah.
take too much, you can have the crazy dreams, or you can have a hard time in the morning, kind of
Waking up.
waking up. Like you're more
Yeah, you want to make sure
drowsy.
you get a full night's sleep, because if you wake up too soon, it might make you groggy. And you took the lesser dosage, right?
Yeah, so I took the 2.5 milligram pills. I think you can take up to 5.
Right.
But that would be too much for me. I did try a while back. I had tried these, and I think I took 5 milligrams. For me personally, I had a hard time the next morning. I was so groggy, and it was too much. But the 2.5 milligram is the right dose for me.
Very cool. And you feel refreshed.
I feel great.
I think that's the other part too, is melatonin actually allows you to have REM sleep, whereas there's a lot of sleeping products that, while they knock you out, you don't get REM. And REM sleep is where you actually recharge. So that's another good point.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I never liked about the stuff like that.
Yeah.
Do you find your sleep's been affected with all that's been going on with the change in schedule and all that?
Only in the sense that I'm still getting the same amount of sleep, but I started staying up later and later. And so I was sleeping in a little more. But for me, I like waking up early. If I sleep till 7, I feel like half my day's gone. I like getting up between 5:30. So I've been trying to readjust to get back to bed I like to be to bed around 10:30 is what I like, and get up around 5:30. So
yeah.
I just feel more productive in the morning. When I sleep until 7, I feel like I've lost so much time.
And Brett, what time do you start your day?
I am sleeping in a little bit. I used to always get up 5:15 to 5:30 to get ready to go work. Now I'm still waking up around that time, but I'm not jumping right out of bed because the stores aren't open until later, so I don't have to rush out the door anymore early. So usually I'm up a little bit before 6. My phone starts going off at 6 for orders for the next day, not for that day I'm on usually, because I'm usually that far ahead. But it's and then I get up and get cleaned up, have breakfast. And actually, that's been the one thing that's changed is I get up and I actually make myself breakfast every morning. I'm not just getting up and, I can pick up an order and rush out the door like I used to do. So that's been a little change in my routine. But I'm usually getting to the store between 7:30, 7:45, get ready to go in. Sometimes the stores are opening early and I can get started early, which is great. But yeah, it's about the same going to bed. I'm usually between 10 and 11. I'm asleep. So
yeah.
One thing I wanted to point out too, since we're just talking vitamins and stuff, I'm going to share this page, Brett.
Yeah. Mom says you got to stay up so we can gamble in Vegas. So
I don't know if you saw this or not. They've been doing studies about the severity of the COVID-19 symptoms.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen a couple studies reported now about the link of vitamin D might have. For people with mild to no symptoms, 96%, I think it was, had healthy vitamin D levels. And then as you go to the more severe, only like 4% of them had healthy vitamin D levels. And shortages. So vitamin D3 may be something people want to strongly consider.
Kind of lost you there, Scott.
To take through this, because vitamin D is a very important vitamin, but it's early in the studies, but so far they're finding a lot of links to that.
Well, I know vitamin D is something I take every day.
The other thing too is with the levels for, I'm sorry, what?
I take vitamin D every day and have for a long time because it helps out with so many different things.
Yeah, right. And so do I. So it's interesting that the studies are coming up with this. So anyways, I just thought that was a very interesting thing. Also, like if you look at states like, for instance, New York and LA, there were similar population sizes, but New York got hit so much worse. Well, and same with Michigan. Michigan also got hit hard. Well, Michigan and New York are known for having low vitamin D levels, especially after winter, because we're indoor all winter.
Yeah, and that is a big difference. And seeing stuff prior to when all this was going on, talking about the flu from 1918, they said that once it got warmer, they started bringing patients outside. They did much better because they were able to get the natural vitamin D from the sun.
Correct. So
Well, the other thing
I-
is too, I thought I read somewhere if you wear sunblock, that doesn't allow the vitamin D to be absorbed. And so, like for fair people like me, I'm always putting sunblock on. So I don't even know when I'm out, am I really absorbing any vitamin D? You know?
I don't know that.
Well, and that's where supplements help out, and that's one of the things I take
Right.
vitamin D as a supplement along with my
Yep.
multivitamins and that, because
Yeah.
it definitely helps out with all aspects of what you need, not just trying to battle the viruses, but it does help build your immunities up.
Right.
So
I just found that interesting.
no, it is very interesting. There's a lot of stuff coming out like that with the vitamin D, vitamin C, all things I've always taken with the vitamins on daily, which I think is part of things help me to continue to be out in public as much as I am and not have to. You get a little worried about getting anything, not just COVID, but anything in that. So, but this is all the stuff I take precautions as part of, my regimen between when I mentioned like the CBD chiropractor, I take a full line of vitamins that are designed to help out with making me healthier and that. So,
Oh yeah. Vitamin C, zinc, those things are very important too. You also use thieves for essential oils.
Yep. And that helps out a lot. And definitely, I think it's helped reduce me getting sick over the last year and a half since it's become part of my regimen along with the vitamins and everything.
Right. Plus,
Now,
going
I've
to
been
comic book
looking
conventions
for,
has really given our immune systems a test.
Yeah. What's that, Jill?
I was just gonna say, I've been looking at the stores in the vitamin section, and they always seem to be out of like the zinc, the vitamin C. Are you finding they read stuff or shopping?
You got a little shopping, but I think I know what you mean. I get asked on a lot of orders if they got vitamin C, definitely zinc. I'm not seeing any of it. I've seen a couple times where they have those in with mixed with other products, but nothing, just the zinc or the C. If they do show up on the shelves, they're gone instantly. People see them, they buy them up.
Yeah.
The one thing I am seeing at a couple of the stores I'm at regular is different brands of hand sanitizer is starting to stay on the shelves a little bit longer. Part of it is because they are limiting it, but they're getting more of that in. I'm starting to see all the stuff people wanted, the wipes, the bleach, things like that. But vitamins are not being restocked as fast. I think part of it is they went through not just the zinc and the C and the D, even it was just, in general, a lot of vitamins just got wiped off the shelves. So they sold a lot more than what they expected to. So now they got to wait for the manufacturers to get that produced and get it back out in stores. And like the one you have is definitely a popular brand out there. And I know Meyer carries like 4 or 5 different brands, including their own, and they're all hit the same way.
Right.
Yeah.
So even other stuff on Amway's got vitamins, and a lot of their stuff is very difficult to get right now. And I'm sure
Amway has really good quality products.
And then Scott, you have which brand? You have Shackley, right? Yeah,
yep.
I'm sure they're the same thing. Very difficult to some of those ones.
Yeah, Shackley and Amway are both very high quality with their manufacturing processes, and they do a great job there.
Yeah.
So it's already almost 10:40 here. We got to talk a little Clone Wars and Evil.
Well, I mean, Evil. Let's do that first. We talked a lot about that last week, so I don't have to get into the whole series. But I watched, like you did, the last 2 episodes, and I gotta say, I like the fact that they didn't fully wrap it up. They went into this thing saying we're going to have another season, and they really set up so much in that last 2 episodes for the catalyst to be this next season going on. And I'm really liking the main bad guy. He is just the right amount of creepiness where you get that cringy feeling. It's like,
Yeah. And it was kind of like a video game in that at the end we learned there's a bigger boss.
Yes.
So
there's always a bigger boss.
How they are portraying that.
Yeah, so I like that a lot. I really like the cast. I like the main gal that stars in it. The guy that plays along with her. He's fantastic. He was in as playing Power Man.
Yeah, Luke Cage.
So, Luke Cage. So
there was a couple scenes where I do recall me thinking, if you were Luke Cage right now, you could just break out of that.
Yeah. Well, and he gets injured at one point and stabbed and all that stuff. I was like, that's not Luke Cage. He wouldn't have got hurt. So
I highly recommend this series. I think they've done a great job of portraying even faith in it. Usually you don't get that in these kind of series. Usually it's like a stereotypical point of view from a non-believer. I think they address certain issues very well.
Yes.
And I enjoyed it.
No, it was good. I definitely recommend. So check out if you've got the CBS All Access, get on there, binge watch the whole thing. It's well worth it. When I saw the initial previews, I wasn't excited about it, so I only watched it because Scott and Kevin mentioned they were really enjoying it. So by the end of the second episode, I was hooked. So, and I watched it over like about a 4 or 5 day period, just watching 2-3 episodes a day. I wanted to watch more, but I couldn't because of time.
Right.
So,
Very
now,
cool.
Jill, are you watching any Star Wars, Clone Wars?
No, I'm not. I actually do not watch a lot of TV. I just never have.
Okay.
You watch Superstore.
So when I do, I listen to what recommendations you guys give, and I try to watch when I can, but it's not often.
Okay.
You're watching Superstore, right?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Brett, have you ever seen Superstore?
I have not. I
All
think
right,
I
so
lived
I
it though
like
back in the 90s. So
yeah, it kind of, it looks like it takes place in a store like Walmart. And it has all the characters. It kind of is in line with like The Office, like that type of humor.
okay.
So if you enjoyed that, you would if you enjoyed The Office, you would enjoy this. But
And I didn't enjoy The Office.
when I can, I'll watch that. I like to watch.
Where do you watch Superstore? Where do you watch Superstore?
It's on NBC, isn't it?
It is also on Hulu. You can watch it. I don't know where else, but I know for us, that's where we watch it.
Okay, so you're watching like the previous seasons then?
Yeah, they have all the seasons out there. I think there's 3 or 4 seasons. So
okay.
I think they're like 5 or 6 now.
Is it? Okay, it could be, yeah.
I know America Ferrera was in it. I like her, but I saw where she's leaving after this season.
Yeah. Is that the girl that played in Ugly Betty? Is that who you're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a good actress.
She is a fantastic actress. Each character, you grow to love every character. You can relate to them. We all have, someone in our life that would fit the line of these characters. And I think that's what makes it so funny. It's so relatable.
That's cool. That's cool. It's one of those shows I've seen and it didn't strike me as anything. But of course, I worked in warehouse clubs in the 90s. And sometimes after you've done stuff like that, you just don't want to watch something being recreating it, making fun of it. Except for the movie Employee of the Month. I did like that when it came out with Dane Cook about 10 years ago, I think it was. Because he was actually in a warehouse club. I was like, oh yeah, that's exactly how it is.
Well, that's why I enjoy Seinfeld. I mean, that was done 20, 30 years ago. And
30
it's still relatable
almost.
Today. Like,
well, a show about nothing is going to be relatable as nothing, of course.
Yeah. But I will add Evil to my watching list. You guys have made it sound very good.
I don't know if Evil's for you, Jill.
I don't know. Yeah. Don't let the kids watch it right away. Watch it first. Make sure you approve of it.
Is it super scary, like gory?
No. Well, there's a couple of little scenes here and there, but it's more intense at times than anything.
It's made for network TV, so it's not bad, but it's an intense topic.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I'll have to preview it then.
Yes.
But if you're gonna watch something, watch the Clone Wars.
Yes.
All right. So how many seasons are in Clone Wars?
This is 7, right?
Yep.
7?
Yeah, the 6th season's a shorter season because it was what they call the lost episodes. They didn't originally air on Disney Channel, and then they came out with them on video and then put them up on Netflix. And then now this new season, it has all the seasons on Disney Plus now. But definitely start at the beginning. It's done very well. It's got the serial fill of the old serials they used to do in the movie theaters. With the way they introduce each episode. And if you know the Star Wars movies, then it kind of fits into all the prequels as it's going between episode 2 and 3. And you can see how it's fitting everything in between the two movies. Because they tie a lot of little things here and there, and you see all the characters you know.
Okay.
Yeah, they do a phenomenal job.
Because I love Star Wars. So
yeah.
What's interesting is the way this series was originally launched was as they decided to release the pilot episode as a theatrical release.
Yeah, that was interesting. It was, and then the first episode was actually episode 4.
Right. And then now they're wrapping it up. It's actually got the true theatrical feel. They could have released this as a theater release and it would have been phenomenal.
Yeah, these last couple episodes, and then the next two, I think that those four together would make a great movie. The way it's sounding and things are going.
Yeah.
I will know more on Friday with the next episode, but this last episode had one of the best lightsaber duels I've seen in movies or animated.
Yeah, in all of Star Wars, this is up there for probably one of the best lightsaber duels. What's awesome is in the behind the scenes of this, they actually brought Ray Park back to motion capture for Darth Maul. And I don't know, let me see if I can, I don't know I can't remember her name, but they brought in a stunt person, female, to play Ahsoka for the motion capture. And she is just, it's insane. Even watching the live version of them two fighting, it's so fast and spot on. It's so well done.
I can find it here, but yeah, I saw a little clip of that on Facebook, and I was interested that they did it as motion capture because you wouldn't know it by the way the animation looks.
Oh yeah,
because a lot of motion capture animated movies looks like motion capture, a little stiffer, and this
Right.
is a lot of fluidity to it. So
yeah. Well, they had two true martial artists going at it. I mean, you had the authentic Darth Maul, and
Ray Park is he's a phenomenal martial artist. He's trained for a long time. So
yeah, Brett and I have met him many times.
yeah, he's one of those class act guys, and I've seen him at shows. First time I met him was in 06 at the Pittsburgh Comic-Con, and I could see him from our table, and he had kids coming by, and he would stop the kids if they were in Star Wars and sign their shirts for them. And then a couple kids had the Darth Maul lightsaber, and I saw him take the kids like, he goes, oh, let me see. He stands up and does a full like lightsaber duel, flipping it around and demonstration, everything else. And he takes it and just signs it and gives it back to the kid, and and wouldn't let the parents pay for it.
Right.
So
yeah, he was really cool. But yeah, Clone Wars is definitely ending on. The problem is it's ending so well. I don't want it to stop. It's like we can't end now. We need seasons 8 through 30. Come on.
I know I'm hoping that with this it leads into another animated series because I was like, Jill, you got to watch Clone Wars, and after you're done with Clone Wars, you got to watch Rebels, and then from there, those two really tie into everything from episode 2 all the way through to tying into right up to the beginning of episode 4. So it's you can't go wrong with Rebels.
And then you got the Mandalorian, which is filling in some nice spots as well. It's just there's so much going on with Star Wars. Star Wars television is hitting home runs. They're really finding their place.
No, I did see the Mandalorian. Absolutely love that. So
here's let me pop this up real quick. We'll probably get another little strike from YouTube, but I don't care. And this is just showing a little bit of behind the scenes they did when fighting between the two.
Yeah.
So
they're wearing the motion capture suits.
Yeah.
And I love that. See how the animation, the pre-visual and everything else, and they just did a fantastic job of bringing that up. So
yeah.
And there's Sam Witwer's voice
right here. And there's Sam Witwer. He's also an awesome guy. I met him many times over the years, spoke to him. He does the voice of Darth Maul.
Vader?
Darth Maul.
Darth Maul.
Lauren Mary Kim, and she's a stunt performer.
There she is.
Yeah.
I don't want to show too much. Her as Ahsoka with how she fights.
And the way she looks, she has the look for it too.
I think so too. Everyone's going nuts over Rosario Dawson, but I gotta say, I don't see her looking. I don't think she looks like Ahsoka.
Well, I think part of it is the age of Ahsoka at the time of the Mandalorian versus the age of this young lady here.
Yeah, I'm biased to my pick, which is Mila Kunis. That's who I used for my live action model for the artwork I did, and I think she looks great as Ahsoka.
Oh yeah, she'd been perfect.
Every fan art piece I see done of Rosario Dawson, it doesn't look like Ahsoka to me.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens since they've already finished filming season 2. So we know, and they've already said she's going to be in it, so we know it's all done. It's going to be, and they've of course been very. I like the fact that they're still not giving us everything. They gave us a couple hints here and there. So obviously, I expect her to pop up in the very first episode of The Mandalorian, and then whatever happens from there is going to be the real reveal of where she ties in. I personally, I wouldn't mind it if there's a live action tie-in to an animated series of dealing with the whole Ezra Bridger stuff, which Jill will learn about after she watches Rebels.
That's right.
All right. Well, you guys are definitely my source.
You have
You're
about
telling me
80
not to watch it.
hours of watching to do, Jill.
Yes.
Oh, good.
You got plenty of time. We're on
I got
lockdown.
nothing but time on my hands, right?
Well, yeah, we're in timeout till May 15th, at least right now. So,
Yeah.
That's right.
but yeah, so I'm loving this Clone Wars. I like the series that going with it. It's what's beautiful about it is they've taken this to tie in directly into the movies. This last episode, you've got just a couple things that Obi-Wan says ties it right into episode 3. So we know we're in at timeline. That's exactly where we're at right now. So it's going to be all this crossover. I expected like 2 episodes would have more of the crossover into the Order 66. Darth Maul talking the way he is very aware of who Skywalker is, Anakin. And
well, according to the cartoon, he had a direct vision.
Yes.
And he actually was trying to lure Skywalker because he wanted to kill Anakin to stop his vision from happening.
Right.
Which is very interesting.
Well, and it does tie into a little bit how he was even in Rebels when after this point, and what happened with him, because he definitely is very powerful in the Force and was able to see things differently. And his whole character changed so much from being just an apprentice in episode 1 with not a whole lot of backstory. They really fleshed him out so much during all these animated movies.
I also like how how he's come to realize he was just a pawn being used by Darth Sidious, and he wants revenge. He wants to ruin Darth Sidious's plans because revenge for himself.
Right. Of course, he would have known this if he paid attention to Blazing Sandals, because Mungo said it right. Mungo, only pawn in Game of Life.
Jill, you've never watched Blazing Saddles, have you?
No, I haven't. I'm sorry.
You definitely can't watch that with your kids.
Useful right now.
Actually, I say watch it with your kids.
Yeah.
Because they will be shocked at how people used to talk versus what's allowed today.
Well, and the beauty of it is for years it's always like, well, Richard Pryor worked on it, so it was okay. And then it came out that Richard Pryor only wrote the Mongo scenes, because there was actually like about 8 Mongo scenes they did. And an extended cut they used to show on network TV, they had a couple extra Mongo scenes of him and Sheriff Bart going. I've done very Looney Tunes-esque, and that's the only thing that Richard Pryor wanted to do, because everybody thought he would write all the hardcore scenes with using the N-word and things like that. And he's like, no, I didn't do any of that. But it's actually, it's one of those movies that could not be made today because people would be up in arms with political correctness. But if you really pay attention to it, the movie speaks volumes about racism and dealing with different people. And they actually, while they deal with, talk about black folks, they really hate the Irish more.
Yeah. It's a good movie.
Yes.
Well done.
Well, okay, so I have a movie question for you, not necessarily in this topic, but I read something today, and you guys probably would be a great source to answer this question.
All right.
So I saw an article today that Universal Movies, they're the ones that did Trolls, is being banned from all of their movies being played going forward at AMC theaters.
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess AMC is not happy with them because there's an agreement. You're supposed to wait like 90 days from when a movie is released to when it can go to DVD or cable or whatever. And Trolls went right to, I guess, cable or internet, whatever.
Video on demand.
So they're being banned like for life. So what is your opinion on that? Do you think we're going to see this happening more with movies, or do you think this is uncalled for? What do you think?
Well, there's a couple things going on here. One is AMC, of course, has been losing money long before this. So they're in trouble as it is. So this is kind of their play of just trying to figure ways around that, maybe get some funding come in different ways. I think that ban won't last very long because they're going to miss on a lot of top movies. Plus, there's nothing new coming out right now anyways, because everything's been pushed back so far.
Right.
I understand where they're upset, but at the same time, they shouldn't be upset because Trolls came out because of the fact that there was no theaters to launch it in. So they went on demand with it, $19.99, and they're mad at the fact that within 7 days, Trolls did over $100 million on the video on demand market, and but the thing also has been coming out with all this with all these releases. They did that with Call of the Wild. We saw Onward come on video on demand pretty quickly. It already only been out not even 60 days, but when all the theaters shut down, they put it video on demand and then launched it right to Disney Plus. Next Monday, which is May the 4th be with you day, we should see The Last Skywalker pop on Disney Plus. It's a change going on right now that will definitely resonate as we go forward. And the change is going to be that we're going to see a lot more movies go to theaters and come to video on demand a lot quicker because of the fact that people want to stay home. They want to watch movies, but the movie going experience is going to have to change on their end. And AMC making this big grand gesture, I think Scott uses the term a lot, and I think it works in this thing. They're just very butthurt right now because they're not making any money. And because of that, this was their statement to come back. And to me, it sounded like a 7-year-old going, well, if that's fine, you can't come play with my G.I. Joes then ever again.
Right.
And then AMC's and Universal's like, we don't care. We've got our own platforms.
Yeah, here's the thing. The studios want to find a way around the theaters. They from their point of view, the theaters are taking out potential money from their pockets. And for years, they've been wanting to try out video straight to video on demand. I mean, the reality is, I love the home theater experience, but there's a lot of people, they have 80-inch TVs and full sound in their house, and they might not like it. And I enjoy the movies experience less and less now, because I'm sick of all the idiots with their cell phones on throughout the movie, and it's driving me nuts. And if I can afford an 80-inch TV and avoid all the idiots, so be it. So the market's changing. Before, to get that kind of experience, you could only go to a theater. I still prefer the theater myself, and will continue to prefer the theater as far as I can tell. I just wish they would take people's phones away. But with that said, though, times change. Just like for Brett and I and Kevin, Comic-Cons are changing. Everything's changing. Everything's evolving. And the name of the game is adaptation.
Yep.
And here's where the movie theaters are missing out. Just as the major studios want to go straight to TV, they need to go after TV. They have digital projectors. They can stream stuff through satellites. Take advantage of like Super Bowls. If I could go watch a Super Bowl in a giant theater with 100 other people who are rooting and cheering at the same time, I would love to do that.
Oh yeah, that's
or like when Game of Thrones was out. If I could go and see it as a group experience, I would have loved to do that. Could you imagine every week you go and see it on a giant 80-foot screen?
We talked about that. I would have paid $15 a ticket to go watch the Game of Thrones episodes, and they would HBO would have made tons more money because they're charging like $15 a month to watch unlimited. This is a one-time thing per week. And the way the dragons look, if they projected this on a big screen, how awesome would it be to be? That's where the movie going experience is fun, is when you're in a crowd. That's why I love going to the opening nights for like the Star Wars movies and the bigger ones. Is you get this synergy going on, and movies that people really care about, they're actually paying attention. They're not on their phones and things like that. When it's into the run a little bit, then you get more of the jerks just playing around, running around and stuff like that.
So if movies can figure out a way, movie theaters figure out a way to tap into that, those shows that people want to watch and then go straight to social media and share their excitement with, figure out a way to get the licensing to project onto their screen, come up with some kind of a pass where, okay, every Thursday night at 9 p.m., we're playing this episode. You can pre-buy your tickets and come watch it with your fellow fans.
Think how much money the theaters themselves will make, not so much on the ticket itself, but on all the other stuff. Everybody's going to buy drinks. They're going to buy food. They're going to buy popcorn. They're going to be buying all that stuff up. And the thing is you get a group of going, if this was like a weekly thing or even every other week, and you had a lot of the same core people coming in because they're all like-minded. They all like whatever this genre is. That builds up even more. Next thing you know, they're bringing more people, and it becomes a bigger event. And events, and that's where I've enjoyed going to the theaters. Has been the way they do the events now. It's I've always gone to like opening nights and things like that for many years, but now it's become like here's the fan event. And while they don't always have a lot of extra stuff, it's that thought of all of us here together are fans, and we paid extra to get the little tokens or get a little poster or whatever else because we all enjoy it. And that's where they need to build on. It's that whole group mentality thing. Sitting at home and watching this was great. And I like the fact that, you want to watch Trolls, you're not gonna be able to buy it and own it for $20. You can only rent it for $20. You got a limited window to watch it. That's a smart way to do it. So it's not just taking away from everything, but if some movies want to do that, it's going to be in the theaters, and you can go see it for the $5, $10, or $15 a ticket, depending where you're at, or higher. Or you can do it at home one time for $20. There's a lot of families that can't go to the theaters. This helps out for, but being in the theater, the movies feel different. It's like watching Jumanji. I mean, this last Jumanji, seeing it on the big screen is way better, and I enjoyed watching it again at home. But it's way better on the big screen. You get immersed into them a lot more than you do at home.
Yes.
Right.
And there's a different energy, even for the same film in the theater. Yeah. From seeing it open in a night with enthusiastic fans versus week 3 when there's only 10 people in there and they're not as enthusiastic. There's something about that energy that I think movie theaters are missing out on. They got to figure out, work out deals with Netflix or whoever for those popular series that they can do some kind of broadcasting event. Work out deals with
and they do
NFL
some of that with
whoever.
Fandango does some stuff.
Events.
Fandango does some stuff like that, and that's how I saw the James and the Bob reboot was through a Fandango event, which was really cool. And so everybody there was a fan. I would like to see that. It's like, even though I pay monthly for Netflix, they said, "Hey, we're going to do a Stranger Things for season 4. You get to see the first 2 episodes projected." And they do a little Q&A before or afterwards, and all done through like that Fandango. I would go to that every time I could, because that would be just a blast. Even though I know I could go home and stream the entire series like the next day, but seeing it in the projected in that and seeing that crowd, that just builds up everything. And that's where the fun comes in. That's where the theaters have been missing out. Is they've got to create more events than just saying, "Hey, come see our movies and spend $10 a ticket," and popcorn is $18.50.
Take advantage of the atmosphere that you create. Even concerts, heck, maybe there's a live concert somewhere, and there's some major music event. I don't know, some major music festival. Stream it, and then the hardcore fans who can't make it out there, they can go and watch it in surround sound on the big screen and feel like you're there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that would be so fun. Well, hopefully, they're going to take advantage of the opportunity they have here. As with all businesses, we're learning a way to be more creative and to reach people in a different way. So hopefully the theaters follow suit. You guys have some great suggestions. I would love to see that, all of that come to play. So,
well, and we might. I mean, it's ever changing. I don't think theaters are going to go away entirely. Now, AMC might, because they are in financial trouble. And that's been talked about for the last couple months. But the local theater I always go to, Imagine, seems to be okay. They said they're financially stable. I supported them when we could. Unfortunately, the governor in her executive order says we couldn't do that anymore. I went and bought the $25 gift card and got the free popcorn, knowing I'm going to go back there again. And I would have done it.
They would do that again.
I actually had planned originally, I was going to do that every week, just for the fact that one, it gets me fresh popcorn, but 2 is I figured I'm going to spend the money eventually there anyways, and buying $25 a week for the next few weeks is money that they've already got, so it helps them stay solvent. But then when it comes back in, I'm going in, here's my gift card for my ticket, but I'm probably going to buy the popcorn separate from that. Eventually I'll go through that stuff. So it's all money I would have spent anyways with them, but they can have it a little bit ahead of time because I like the place and didn't want it to fold. So
but I agree. I was going to do the exact same thing that you're talking about. I went the first week, I went the second week, and then realized they weren't doing it anymore. I was really bummed. So I'm hoping maybe they'll start that back up again. Who knows?
Yep. So that was a great thing to bring up, Jill. Definitely, we're seeing a big change in home entertainment right now, and it's kind of interesting. And I know it's been great. The studios have been helping with bringing out this newer content for the home, since nobody can go out and watch them right now. But I still think the theaters are going to be around, and AMC is just they're just kind of the 7-year-old whining and crying right now because they didn't get their way and they didn't get a sample of that money that's out there. But guess what? When other movies come out, they're going to be missing the boat with all the big Universal movies that do hit.
Now, I think AMC, correct me if I'm wrong, Brett, AMC, that's also part of adapting, is the movie going experiences change, where they're going to the recliner seats and all that. I don't think AMC ever made that switch, did they?
The only one I go to is when I go visit my sister in Florida, and the one there does have the reclining seats.
Oh, they do. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if all of them do.
One of them didn't do the switch, and they were hurting for it.
Well, AMC, I think, bought the Star Theaters, but they started closing all of those. Like the Southfield Star, which was the jewel of the area for the longest time, is closed now permanently. Cinemark's bought up a lot of different ones, and I think almost all the studios or all the theaters have started switching over to that type of experience. Imagine's one of the ones they have. dining aspects. You have, just the snack counter. There's a couple other places that actually have almost like a restaurant there. They actually bring you the food to your seat when you're watching the movie. And then you can just relax out. And they got heated seats now, I'd imagine, which is kind of nice. And they even have a bar set up, which when we took Kevin a couple years ago to see that Prometheus movie, he loved the fact that it had a bar in the theater. So,
right.
So what he was saying too, I like this. It's what Kevin says here, and I shared it earlier. Is classic movies. He'd pay $15 to see Frankenstein in the theater. Yeah, I'd love to see the classic Universal monster movies up on the big screen. That'd be awesome.
Well, I think Imagine does do classic movies certain days of the week or something.
Right, and there's different ones you can watch. A lot of the theaters have like on a Tuesday or Thursday for like $5. Or you buy like the series for like $30, you get 6 movies, and they bring different movies throughout different eras. But the more they offer stuff like that, I think more people would be interested, and definitely they don't hype those enough for events. I mean, it's about all the new releases, which I understand, but you show up to theaters like, oh, I miss seeing this. I remember when I was down in Pittsburgh and we went to the movies, and I couldn't see it down there anyways, but they were going to be showing Monster Squad on the big screen, and it's because the manager had the ability to get it to show, and I was like, oh, I wish I was in town. I'd love to go see the Monster Squad on a big screen, but not everybody was doing that. But it's different ones. A lot of times it's the same ones. Fandango is the company that's been doing a lot of that because they're technically streaming those to the theaters with all the digital technology now. They can do that much easier. But I agree with you. I think that the next step for the movie theaters is drawing in these big event series. If you've got a big release coming out for a new series on Netflix, Amazon Prime, or something like that, put the first couple episodes where people can pay to go see them ahead of time. One, it's going to generate buzz. If you come back and say, I just saw the first 2 episodes of Stranger Things, oh my God, this season is going to be great. And I just got to watch the next 6 or 8 episodes, whatever's left. And I can do that in a few weeks. But once you see it once, you're going to go back and start over again at the beginning at home when you have that aspect and just go straight through them. So it's not going to take anything away from the home viewing experience.
Right. Very cool.
Yeah.
We're at the hour and 5 mark.
Yeah. I guess we should probably wrap things up then, guys. So this has been a lot of fun. Jill, thank you for joining us. Had a great time. I'm glad you got to hang out again.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah. Anytime you want to join us. Yes. So you guys hang out. I'm going to run the credits and we'll be right back.